The Monday staff meeting had barely ended when Monica Hayes, the strict operations manager at Crestview Logistics, called out, "Daniel, my office. Now." The room fell silent. Everyone knew what it meant. Daniel Carter, a quiet warehouse supervisor and single father of an 8-year-old son, stepped into the office with tired eyes. His shirt was neatly pressed, but the dark circles beneath his eyes told a different story. Monica folded her arms. "This is the 4th time you've arrived late this month." Daniel nodded. "I know. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't keep this business running." "I understand." She slid a printed attendance report across the desk. "Our company depends on reliability. If one person is late, everyone else has to compensate." Daniel took a slow breath. "I wasn't sleeping in. My babysitter quit unexpectedly. I've been dropping my son at school before coming here." Monica's expression barely changed. "Personal problems can't become company problems. I've tried finding another sitter. I've even been paying neighbors to help. I'm doing everything I can." She looked directly into his eyes. "And yet you're still late." There was a long silence. Daniel finally spoke. "If you could give me one more week, I'll figure something out." Monica shook her head. "I've already given you chances." She reached into a folder and removed an envelope. "Today will be your last day." Daniel stared at the envelope without touching it. Years of hard work. Over 10 years without a single complaint about his performance. Gone. He swallowed hard. "I understand." He picked up the envelope, thanked her quietly, and walked out. The office outside became painfully quiet. No one celebrated. No one spoke. Everyone knew Daniel was one of the hardest workers in the building. But rules were rules. Or so they believed. That afternoon, Monica left work early to attend her daughter Lily's elementary school's Community Heroes Day. Parents had been invited to hear students give short speeches about someone who had made a difference in their lives. Monica smiled as she entered the school auditorium. She expected Lily to talk about a teacher. Or perhaps her grandmother. The children lined up one by one. Then Lily's name was called. The cheerful 9-year-old stepped onto the stage holding a handmade poster covered with bright stars. "My hero," she began confidently, "isn't famous." Monica smiled proudly. "He doesn't wear a cape." Several parents chuckled. "But every morning, before school, he helps people even when nobody notices." Monica looked around curiously. Who was Lily talking about? Lily continued. "One rainy morning, my bicycle chain broke on the way to school." Monica frowned. Lily had never mentioned that. "I was scared because I thought I'd be late." She smiled. Then a man stopped his car. Monica leaned forward. "He fixed my bike with tools he kept in his trunk." The audience listened quietly. "He told me that helping someone was more important than being on time for one day." Monica's smile slowly faded. Lily continued. "Then he drove behind me all the way to school to make sure I got there safely." A strange feeling settled in Monica's chest. "He was late for work because of me." The room became silent. But he never complained. Lily held up her poster. The photo glued to the center showed a familiar face. Daniel Carter. Monica froze. Lily beamed. "Mr. Daniel is my hero." Whispers spread through the audience. Lily continued. "Mom always tells me that good people help others. So when I asked Mr. Daniel why he stopped, he said, because someday someone will help my son too." Monica felt every word land heavily. She remembered Daniel asking for just one more week. She remembered dismissing his explanation without asking another question. Lily smiled toward the audience. "I don't know if he got in trouble for being late." Monica lowered her eyes. But if he did? I hope whoever was his boss learns that sometimes kindness makes people late. The auditorium erupted into applause. Monica couldn't move. For the first time in years, she questioned whether she had confused fairness with inflexibility. Rules create order, but leadership also requires understanding. When managers judge only the clock and not the circumstances, they can overlook integrity, compassion, and long-term value. Accountability matters, yet so does listening before making decisions. After the ceremony, Monica hugged Lily tightly. On the drive home, she couldn't stop thinking about Daniel's quiet dignity. The next morning, she called him. "Daniel," she said softly when he answered, "I'd like to meet if you're willing." There was a pause. "Is something wrong?" "Yes," Monica admitted. "I made a decision without seeing the whole person." When they met later that day, Monica apologized sincerely. She offered him his position back, along with a flexible start time for 2 weeks while he arranged dependable childcare. The company also began reviewing policies to better support employees facing temporary family emergencies. Daniel accepted, not because he had forgotten what happened, but because he believed people could learn from their mistakes, just as he hoped his own son would one day learn to do. Weeks later, attendance improved across the department, not because employees feared punishment, but because they felt respected and supported. They repaid that trust with loyalty and commitment. As for Monica, Lily's speech stayed framed on her office wall. Whenever she faced a difficult personnel decision, she read one sentence written in her daughter's careful handwriting. "The best leaders don't just see mistakes, they see people." Educational value. This story teaches that effective leadership requires both accountability and empathy. Rules are important, but understanding the circumstances behind a person's actions leads to fairer decisions. It also shows children and adults alike that small acts of kindness can have lasting impacts, and that admitting a mistake and making it right is a sign of strength, not weakness.